If you're a casual 2K player that just so happens to play point guard and you're looking to get into more competitive play, or maybe you already play competitively but you're not effective at the position and you want to get better, this is going to be the perfect video for you. I'm here to help all my upcoming and struggling PGs on how to get better at the position. I'm going to give you guys tips, guides, everything you're going to need to know in order to take your game to the next level. Stay tuned to the very end of the video. You guys don't want to miss a thing. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the sub button. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is your play style. You want to be able to know what type of play style is going to be the most effective for you, and not only you, but your teammates as well. You got to really know your game. You got to know what's going to work best for you. So maybe you might like to, shoot a lot of threes, hit the slips when the center's rolling. You want to be able to read rotations. That's going to be P&R right there for you. That's going to be the most effective way to score within Comp Pro-Am. Or maybe you're a bigger build. You want to get downhill, kick out to your teammates. That's going to be 5 out. Now, the thing about 5 out is it's not always going to be the most effective way to win within Comp Pro-Am, unless you're like Joe Knows and but not everybody's Joe Knows. So most likely you're going to want to be able to run P&R. And if you're going to want to run P&R, you're going to have the right build for it. So you want to, make sure you have a high 3 ball, make sure, you have a good pass act so you can get your passes off, make sure you have a high ball handle and things like that. And you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of defense. There's a lot of builds you guys can look at on YouTube and see what type of build is going to work best for P&R and Comp Pro-Am. The only thing about P&R though, I know a lot of people talk about P&R and they say, oh, it's, it takes no skill. All you're doing is hiding behind screens. Unless you've really played Comp Pro-Am, you don't understand how hard it is to really be able to read rotations, and you're playing against some of the best swings and locks in the game. It's not that easy, but people are going to feel how they feel. And as I said again, with 5 out, it can be really tough to score depending on the team you're playing. But if you know how to really make the right reads, and you can dodge your teammates, and you know when to go up for, contact dunks or whatever it is, when to shoot your snatchbacks for the 3, then 5 out could definitely work for you. It just depends on your play style. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do, figure out your play style. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is playing to your own pace. You want to be able to play to your own pace, and you want to be able to dictate the game. Playing point guard is not just about scoring the ball, scoring 40 points, 30 points, whatever it is, or having 10 assists, 12 assists. It's not just about that. That's cool and all, but a big part of Comp Pro-Am is being able to control the pace of the game. You want to be able to make the defense adjust to you. Make them adjust to your play style. At times, you got to take what the defense is giving you. There's really good defensive teams out there in Comp Pro-Am, so there's times where you got to take what the defense gives you, but for the most part, you want to be able to dictate the pace of the game. There might be times at the end of the game where it's really time for your team to get a bucket. You want to slow things down a little bit. Maybe the other team is on a run, and you want to just make sure you get the best quality shot. That's the time where you want to slow the game down a little bit. Maybe you want to speed the game up. You like the pace of the game. You're scoring the ball a lot. You're getting your teammates involved and everything like that, and you want to keep the pace of the game fast. Then you can do that as well. But it just depends on you. You have to be able to know in the game when is the best time to speed it up, when is the best time to slow it down, and play to your own pace. The next thing we're going to get into is play calling. Now, this is a big thing with Pro-Am. A lot of people will just play the game, They're just going to, run their P&R, or if you're in 5 out, you're probably going to have to run a little bit more plays because the offense can get stagnant. But you want to be able to have play calls. Now, you don't have to have the same play calls as every other team, but you want to have something that works for your team. You got to know your teammates' tendencies, things that work for them, plays that work for your teammates, where your teammates like to shoot the ball at, and what teammates you want to have involved within that play. So right here, I'm going to just show you guys a few clips just so you can see some of the play calls that I've ran and how they worked out.
Yo, hold screens for Geek. I got play. Hold screens for Geek. Get ready. As soon as you hold the screen, pop to the top. Pop to the top. As soon. Get ready. Go. 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 Go.
Oh.
Zone. Go left corner. Sanji, set him a whole bunch of off balls. Just hold it. Keep holding the screen. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. Slip through, Sanji. Slip. Yep. Lee can set switch corners. Sanji, go left, go left. Do it again, switch corners again. But said as soon as you're about to switch, cut back.
Now, as you guys see, those are all really great plays, but what you guys also have to understand is just because you run a play doesn't mean it's always going to work. You know, there's times where I might call out a play and I get a turnover off of it. It happens, but you got to be able to have a next play mentality. You got to be able to have your teammates trust you. That's very important too as a point guard. You got to make sure you have teammates that trust you to call plays and make the plays for the team. And also, you don't always have to have the ball when you call for a play. You know, you can be off the ball and set up a play for your teammates when somebody else has it. That's very key too, but you just want to make sure you're calling plays so that the offense is never stagnant. You're keeping the defense off balance. You get what I'm saying? You got to make the defense really think and do different things. Reading the defense and reading rotations. Now, this is a very big part of Comp Pro Am, and this is something that took me a really long time to really get down and really understand. It's going to take a lot of turnovers out of you. It's going to take a lot of, you know, watching film, talking with your team in order for you to really understand where to make the right passes and how to read the defense and read their rotations. Now, I'm going to show you guys a real simple play right here where you see the center's just rolling to the basket and the corner's going to take the center slip and then I dot the corner on that pass. Now, I know to a lot of you guys, you might say, oh, this is an easy pass, but I know for a fact that a lot of you guys would probably not make this pass unless you're already playing Comp Pro Am or, you know, you're just a high IQ player. But I know a lot of you guys wouldn't make this pass. And that's something that it takes time to really get to. The game will start to slow down eventually. I know a lot of you guys just play 2K just to play 2K, but if you want to get into Comp Pro Am, the game has to slow down in your head and you've got to be able to really read the rotations and see where the defense is going. Sometimes you're going to have to make a skip pass, like you got to make the next pass. Sometimes, you know, the defense might be baiting you, and so he could low-key fake, you know, taking the center slip, and the center slip is really there, and then now you dot the corner's not open, and now it's a turnover. So there's times where the defense is going to bait you, but you really just got to get in the lab, get your reps in. The more Pro-Am games you'll play, the more you'll start to understand more rotations. And once you get to the point to where you're comfortable reading the defense, most teams make the same types of rotations, and so it'll be a lot easier to read, way easier to catch the defense off balance, and you'll become a god at point guard. Now, the next thing we're going to get into is making the game easy. You got to be able to sometimes take what the defense gives you, as we talked about earlier, but making the game easier is going to be very important. Take your twos. You don't always have to go for a three every single time. If the defense is giving you something and it's just wide open, take it and go for the stop on the next possession. And who knows, you might be able to come down and get another easy basket. And now you're up 2 possessions. That's how the game works. You got to make the game easy. A lot of people, they want to make the game hard. They want to look cool. They want to be able to, you know, run behind screens and shoot their threes and whatnot. And it's not that don't look good or whatever, but in order to win, you've got to be able to take what the defense gives you at times. Make the game easy. Take what's simple. You know, you might want to send your teammate on a back door, something quick. Sometimes you don't even, like, look at some of these plays right here. Sometimes you don't even have to come up the court. Just call a quick back door for your teammate, and now you're right back on defense looking for the stop. Make the game easy. Don't overcomplicate everything. Sometimes you can get the most simplest baskets just because the defense is not expecting it at all. They expect you to come down. They expect you to just run and dribble, and you catch them off guard by throwing a quick back door. Just little things like that. Make the game simple, and that'll help you out in Comp Pro Am. Now, this next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is very important. Keeping your hash involved throughout the game. Now, if you guys don't play Pro-Am, you probably don't know that shooting guards are probably the most overpowered thing within 2K24 Comp Pro-Am. Now, the reason I say that is because shooting guards are pretty much able to shoot damn near anything. If the defense hands are down, they can shoot contested threes. Let's just take my hash, for example, my boy Geek. He is able to drop 30 easily every game with his eyes closed, just because I'm keeping him involved throughout the game, realizing how effective he is, how important he is to our offense, and how OP his build is, you know, in this game. Like, it's just OP. He can shoot everything. He can shoot contested threes. He can get to his mid-range. You just want to be able to make sure that your hash is involved, and that'll make things so much easier for you. I'm telling you, it'll open up way more easier shots for you. It'll open up way more easier shots for your teammates. I'm gonna show you guys a play right here where my center's gonna get a wide open slip to the basket just because the defense is so worried about my boy Geek. He's been cooking them all entire game, so now they're worried about giving up threes, and that just gives an easy slip for the center inside. Like I said, it's gonna open up shots for you, gonna open up shots for your teammates. Keep your hash involved throughout the game, and it'll make offense so much easier. Defense. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably like, duh, JC, like, obviously you got to play defense. Well, a lot of PGs don't really understand that when it comes to Pro-Am. Now, For me, I take big pride on the defensive side of the floor. I'm not going to lie to y'all because I know a lot of PGs don't really care about it. For me, I feel like I can really make a difference. Even though my build might not have the highest, defensive stats, I still feel like I can make a difference guarding the corner, coming up, pinching at times, just helping my lockout, helping my hash out at times, when the defense is struggling. I feel like I can really make a difference. You got to also be able to know what rotations are being called. Even if you're not within the rotation, it just helps with team chemistry to know what's being called, to know where everybody's going on the floor. Stay involved on the defensive end. Don't leave everything just to your lock and your hash. You can really make a difference on the defensive side of the ball if you want to, but it's really just on you. Now, last but not least, we're going to talk about team chemistry. Now, this is very important. I know I talked to you guys earlier about, when you're making play calls, knowing your teammates' tendencies and everything like that. But really getting in the lab with your team, really watching film, finding out where your teammates like the ball at, where they're best, where they're best at on the floor, where they like to shoot from. Like with my team, I know my boy Leak, he likes to shoot from the right corner, and my boy Sanji likes to shoot from the left corner. So I'm going to have Sanji in the left corner, and I'm going to have Leak in the right corner every time. I like to know where Geek is new to our team, and I told him, first thing I told him is like, where do you like to score the ball from? Where do you want the ball? You like the ball on the right side? You want the left side of the floor? You talk to me and I'll adjust to you. Team chemistry is very important. And it doesn't even have to just be with 2K as well. Bro, talk to your teammates outside of the game. I'm telling y'all, that goes a long way as well. Like, talk to your teammates outside the game, play other games. You might play Fortnite with your teammate, bro. And I'm telling you, like, that might build your communications when you hop on 2K as well. Like, just be able to build chemistry with your team. Talk to your teammates at all times. Figure out what they like. Maybe they played on a previous team where they used to do this before, and you can add that to this new team that they're on now with you. And so, you want to be able to build team chemistry, like I said, not just on 2K, but outside of the game as well. And keep your teammates involved throughout the game. Make them feel like they're a part of this. Make them feel like they're a part of winning. I know as the point guard, a lot of the times you're going to have all the stats, you're gonna have everything, but keep your teammates involved and make them really feel like they're doing something on the floor. That builds team chemistry. Sometimes you might have to take the blame on certain things. That's your job, bro, as the leader. Like, that's just how it is. That builds team chemistry. That lets your teammates know that you care about them and you want to win, and they're gonna trust you. It's just that simple. I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Make sure you smash the like and hit the sub button. We on the road to 20K, man. I appreciate all y'all's love and support. And I hope you guys took something from this video that you can apply to your own games. And maybe you could be like the point guy, you feel me? Nah, I'm just joking, bro. I'm still trying to get better myself, you feel me, man? I still have a lot of work to do. But as I said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.